if you had to explain it to someone else who's
Yeah.
contemplating joining me in a container like this,
Sure.
what would you say were your results?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so I would say my results were that where I had goals and where I had set intentions for my life, I was able to work with someone fantastic who allowed me to steer in those spaces with the utmost clear compass. So I knew exactly where I was going, how I was going to get there. If I ever got a little lost, there was a redirect that occurred. And so in the outcome, I would say I got the results that I don't even, I got beyond what I would have hoped for, I guess. I mean, I think you set to have these things appear for you, but there were so many things that appeared in my life that I didn't expect and that I didn't
Like
plan.
what? Like what?
Like, I think the biggest example would be just meeting and connecting with people who then, elevated my voice even further. So I think the biggest was getting linked with this podcast on Instagram, and like, marketing is just not my ministry. Never has been. I just have to be honest with you.
Right.
It's very difficult for me to talk about myself, to talk about my work. I do the work. I love the work. It's like
Right.
my favorite thing. Like, I can do it easy.
Yeah.
But talking about what I do, explain to people what I do, explain to people why exactly it's valuable. I don't know, something in it was tough until I think I got into this workshop with you and learned, into this coaching with you, and
Yeah.
learned like, no, talk about it, talk about it,
Yes.
pop it, tell people what you do, tell people, what is your motivation for doing it. I think, yeah, just earn, like, outside of like the tangible dividends, right? Those more concrete appearances, more money that I earned in having speaking engagements and workshops that came from this, right? Writing my own proposals, which, objectively, these are great things, great skill sets to have. Being on podcasts that are with people who have, over 250,000 followers, kind of a thing. Like, these are big tangible outcomes, absolutely. But the intangibles are my voice being clearer, my ability to speak
Mhm.
for myself, being honed and elevating in a new space, because I know how to speak to that from that workspace, or being someone's employee, or, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
doing some of what I do, but in elevating to like a brand, which is where I want to be, that stuff gets really hard. You get really self conscious, and I think
Yeah.
having someone who helps you push through, that was an intangible that I will say I will hold on to for the rest of my life.